13th, 2025 in the year of our Lord. Thank you, Lord, for waking us up today. We are here, another episode of High Off the Glass. I am so happy to be in this damn building, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Oh my goodness, we got a full house today. I am blessed to be joined by Montega Rebel. The co-host is back in the building.
What's good? Everybody's good.
How you living?
I'm good, man. Blessed.
Good to see you,
I'm
boy.
definitely blessed. Feeling good. Life is going upwards.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Just keeping it moving, man.
You got some good stuff going, boy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the return, so happy to get this brother back on, Mr. Host of your Price Check Pod, awesome podcast y'all need to check out. My man jumps into sports and entertainment. Is it sports and entertainment or just mostly sports?
Sports and entertainment.
There you go.
So, well, I'll let you finish.
There you go. My man is the host of Price Check Podcast, the show where they talk about sports and entertainment. This man, and this the reason why I love Josh, right? This brother is young and he is smart. He's not one of these, LeBron's the greatest. No, this dude is smart and he can back up what he's talking about. Everybody give it up for Josh Price in the building, y'all. Give it up
Happy
for
to be
Josh.
back, man.
So happy to have you back.
Always a good time when I can get on camera and smoke weed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm about mad since you said that.
Yeah, you know.
Because last week I was here, Mr. Rebel was out of town kicking it with his lady, was on a little couples retreat. Oh, isn't that cute? They was getting that in and shit. I ain't mad at them. And I did not blow last week, so this week I'm blowing. And matter of fact, man, I'll show y'all that later.
Why didn't you blow last week? Why?
I know, right? Because solo show, and I was just trying to bang the show out. I don't.
That's the time to smoke.
Yeah, you sure right. And here's another. You know what? Let me get the real reason. I got here a little late. I mean, so
Probably because he smoked one before the show.
So I did not have time to get that motherfucker rolled up and get it ready for the show. But you sure right. I should have got it in. We're gonna start in the obvious place. Playoffs are in, man, there's so many, you can miss me with this NBA regular season shit, don't count, don't matter, it's not interesting. You a goddamn lie, because we're on the very last game of regular season right now today, and these games are crucial only for the Western Conference, because the Eastern Conference is already locked in. But we're going to start in the obvious place of, did y'all see Shaq dumbass last night at UFC?
No, I did
Did anybody
not.
see that?
I did not.
This goofy fuck. This dude, I love Twism. I've been down with Shaq since he was at LSU. I'm not gonna front. When he first came out, I was like, well, all he can do is dunk. But no, he got his game together and he did other stuff. And plus, Shaq is a straight up businessman like Magic. This dude is a UFC number whatever the fuck. I don't care. I don't fuck with UFC. Fuck Dana White. This dude goes out of his way to shake hands with Dump and shit, because Dump is at the motherfucker. Because Dump will go to any sporting event that's white-centric.
Yeah,
any white-centric sporting event, Dump is at NASCAR, Indy 500, fucking UFC. And this goofy motherfucker goes out of his way to shit. I was just like, for real, bro? Do we got a loser game sound in this shit? Like,
You know, it never fails, but any event that he's at, there's always somebody from our community that goes out of their way to extend that handshake, whatever had a moment. So I'm not surprised. I don't put it past nobody at this point.
Price, you just nailed it, bro. And Wu-Tang is for the children is who put this on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they said the exact same thing you said.
Yeah.
Every time Dump is at one of these sporting events, you see one of us showing how much they are fucking.
They always get a token on camera. Bro.
Oh,
always.
My God.
They always get a token on camera.
I'm so fuck. It was disheartening. It was disheartening. I was pissed off by it. I ain't gonna front. Rebel, do you have any thoughts on Shaq selling out at UFC? All right, we're gonna move on. We gonna move on. We gonna jump in.
You know what that shit. You know what. And I know
Fuck
you don't.
that look was class.
I know you don't like. I'm not even gonna do it because I'm gonna respect your platform.
Go ahead and do it.
But I'm the man that I am, and I talk how I talk, and I can't help it.
Yup.
Because they say it on the radio. They use the N-word, all that. But I'm not going to do that.
I appreciate you.
But that's one of them situations. What's his name? Stephen
Stephen A. Smith?
No. Steven from Django.
Oh, yes.
Woo!
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Word.
That's one
Donald
of them.
Trump was Calvin Candy.
You ain't lying. Yes.
That's all it was.
Yes.
So
hugging the shit out of
He's
Mr.
like,
Candy, wasn't he?
You gonna let this nigga sleep in the bed?
Who is that on that bed?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hey,
so
real
it's
talk.
God,
you got a
Sam
problem
killed
with
that
it?
shit.
Yeah, he did.
Unless you don't mind burning all the sheets and all that when this black ass motherfucker get done. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Hey, they ain't here for no Mandigos. They here for that gun.
Yeah, right,
Straight up.
Thank you, Calvin. You're welcome, Steven. Thank you, Steven.
Yeah.
That's one of them Steven situations.
That's
But that shit burns me up, and I see it daily though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see it daily, not just with that, but it's I mean, the entertainers and the celebrities, they be, I don't know, they be scared to speak up and stand out on certain things because they don't want to get canceled or whatever you want to call it.
Or lose their deals. And
Yeah,
things.
you know what I'm
type
saying?
shit.
So it's just like they bow and kiss ass but behind closed doors they speak to us, that community, as if they with us for real. But then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you get caught in the moments in front of them,
It'd be
them
something
Jews
different.
and them other people and them, you know what I mean? Then it's something totally different. You bowing down and, you know, doing all that. And I don't respect none of that.
At all.
I don't respect it because if it's fuck you with me in person or with my people, it's fuck you in public too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just how I rock.
I think it's a thing of, what is it? A lot of celebrities get called out and get shitted on for speaking on real shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's like some of them is on some, well, y'all hate on me either way, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go that way. And I think that's a damn shame, but you still got to have some backbone. You got to have some backbone. I mean, I guess I bet you who won't be doing that. Cat Williams wouldn't do that dumb shit. No. You know what I'm saying? Chuck D ain't going to do that. No. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's sad
They would
shit.
lock me up.
I feel you.
If I was to meet Trump, if Trump was to walk in here right now, they would detain me. Because I would do anything to him.
Yeah.
But I'd be talking so crazy to you, let you know,
same with me.
Real
Yes,
talk.
sir.
You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
Like to the point where they'd be like, "Oh, grab this.
He's hostile, all that shit. Like,
We gotta lock this motherfucker up
this
till
motherfucker.
Dump leave.
Yeah, wait till you leave. Yeah, that type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I'm with it.
yeah,
I'm 100% with that, and it was just disappointing when I saw it. But we're gonna jump off. This right here was this was the story of the week. I don't want to say this is a trend, but first Memphis was like, "It's 9 games left in the year. You know what? Let's fire our head coach."
Yep.
Then Denver was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
Denver,
Too fiery.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. The Memphis one. I don't even know if we're gonna have time to talk about that. And I kind of understand the Memphis one because you fired all this man's assistants at the end of last season, and so you knew he was on a slippery slope. Yeah. And he ain't that good a coach, no damn way. I don't think Jenkins is that good a coach. No. But the thing that I don't like is that okay, right? I'm gonna give y'all a little quick story. It seems like this was a two people trying to take each other out.
Yep.
Where I work at, I've been blessed to be there for 10 years, right? And actually, I just hit 10 years April 6th.
Congrats, man.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Shit, shout out to me. Shit, that shit was
big
not
shout
easy.
out.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
big shout out.
Shout out to me and my peoples that started with me. So at my job, right, we got labor. Labor is instead of calling it HR, we call it labor.
Yep.
Right on, KC. And there was this. I'm not gonna say the race of the people. I'm just gonna say what the gender was. Matter of fact, fuck it. The dude was white and the woman was black, and they used to constantly hate on each other to the point where like they were trying to take each other out and get each other fired. And my place of business got sick of it. Right? Guess what they end up doing, y'all?
Firing
her.
No. Both, just like Denver, they cleaned house. They got rid of both they ass because both of them was always on some trying to take out the other one. And when in labor where I work at, you want to stay the fuck away from labor because that's when motherfuckers get fired.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to stay the fuck away from there. And it was so crazy that I didn't think that a white dude would get fired with the black woman. Right. And they both got, because they were sick of dealing with that bullshit. I see the same thing here with Denver. With Calvin Booth, the GM, and with Mike Malone. Now, you would think Mike Malone would be a made man. This dude is a championship-winning coach. He's been there for 10 years, since 2015. Yeah. This dude had the brilliant idea of, you know what? No, it's not Nurkic. It's Joker. So send Nurkic to Portland, and let's keep Joker and build off of him. And he was right. You know what I mean? But Calvin Booth comes in, And years later, after they've already established that, and I don't know who he's drafted, you know what I'm saying, to give him the cachet that he has. But it's just, to me, I think it was stupid. I think it was dumb of them to get rid of Malone. And if it's because Malone wouldn't play the young dudes and Calvin wanted him to play the young dudes, I think that's dumb. And to me, I think that was an idiotic mistake. Josh, what say you?
I'd agree. I didn't agree with the Lakers firing Frank Vogel 2 years after the championship. I didn't agree with the Bucks firing Mike Budenholzer 2 years after the championship. Unless you are just egregiously bad at your job immediately following the championship, that should buy you at least 2 to 3 years.
You would think.
Minimum. So you would think that he had enough cachet in the building to be able to make it through whatever was going on.
Yep.
Calvin Booth, on the other hand, I can understand firing Calvin Booth.
Yep.
Because you are saying, well, you're not playing the young guys. Look at the young guys you asking him to play.
Good God.
Look at the guys you asking him to play. Y'all are mad he's playing Russell Westbrook, but if you look at the numbers and the record, they were an extremely better team whenever Westbrook was playing big minutes next to Jokic. Regardless of how it looked, I know Russ had that terrible ending to the Minnesota game a couple weeks back.
He sure did.
Terrible. But you know when you sign Russell Westbrook in the offseason, you're signing up for a couple of those moments a couple times a year.
Yep. And if it wasn't for Russell earlier in the season, Denver wouldn't be shit.
They could be 3-4 wins worse right now had Russ not stepped up when they were trying to wait on Jamal Murray, who's always hurt, to get back.
Exactly.
While they were still getting inconsistent minutes out of Michael Porter Jr. like they always do.
Yep. And Aaron is always hurt now.
So Russ really kept y'all afloat.
He did.
When really Joker was tired of all the bullshit going on around y'all.
Yep.
So definitely understand firing Calvin Booth. If you want to make the case that, okay, well, Michael Malone was losing the locker room, I guess I hear you. But at the same time, he a championship coach, man. You got to give him a little bit longer leash.
What you think, Rebel?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what Josh was saying as well. I didn't understand it. And even now, I still don't understand, because did they ever give, a certified reason as to why, though?
That's it.
I was going to say,
not playing the young dudes and them two beefing.
The reason that they're going to give is that them two were at odds when, to me, I think that's just more of a reason to fire your GM than your coach.
Preach.
Right. Exactly,
Preach, Josh.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't, So, again, I pretty much agree with him. I just didn't, I never, paid attention and heard the reason exactly why.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
this has never been done. If you peep this, when in professional sports, I think the last time something like this happened was with Hubie Brown with the who was he coaching?
Was he?
It was the 80s.
Yeah, it was top of the 80s.
Yeah, it was early 80s.
Damn, I don't remember. Who
and they
was
fired.
He was the last one to get fired this late in the season.
It was this never happened before, and now you have it in back-to-back weeks. This is kind of baffling to me. I don't really get it.
The only thing that I can point to is, especially with how the CBA works now, a lot harder to get rid of these players on these big contracts.
True.
So if you feel like a change needs to be made, you can really only look at the front office or the bench. And I guess if you Denver, you feel like, okay, I can go get a coach as good as Mike Malone. I don't necessarily see that.
Right.
Because funny enough, the only coach that I've heard them supposedly having interest in is Darvin Ham and Dan Hurley.
Are you serious?
I don't know. Again, I don't know how true. Of course, you can see a lot of shit on the internet that's 100% false.
Wow.
But the only two names that I have heard mentioned in relation to their coaching job, Dan Hurley, who did the okie doke with the Lakers last year to get his contract.
And stop it, bro. He did not do that for that. I think he legit was.
What was the okie doke?
So
talk about it.
So look,
he added stuff because he a Laker fan. That's all.
It's nothing to add.
My bad,
Dan Hurley and Adrian Wojnarowski are boys. Adrian Wojnarowski wrote a book about Dan Hurley's father.
Yep.
So Dan Hurley was in contract negotiations to get a new deal at UConn last year. So to up his leverage, he used his boy Woj to leak the story that he was interested in taking the Lakers job.
He didn't. He didn't link. He went to LA for an interview.
He went to LA for an interview.
He was serious.
He leaked out that he was more interested than what he was. He was never leaving UConn.
Oh, I seriously doubt that. Josh, to me, when you look at that man's eyes, right? When you look at that man's eyes and Rebel, it was UConn is just coming off another back-to-back national championships. The Fakers needed a goddamn coach. He's the best college coach out there. He flew out there with his family, brought his wife, and legit. And the only reason I think this, Josh, is because when you looked at his face, it seemed like he legit was like, okay, should I do this? You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, y'all dodged a bullet, and I think he dodged a bullet by going back to UConn. He should have taken your ass back to Stewart's, Connecticut, because that's where you need to be. But I think you didn't need to do that. You're coming off a national championship. He didn't have to. He didn't have to force UConn to give him no more money. They were going to pay him. That's why I disagree with that.
But you also, as we saw play out this year, you were going into a situation where your team was not going to be as good as it was the previous 2 years. You weren't going to have the same level of talent.
Right.
You trying to milk it for as much as you can.
Right.
So of course, if I can get $60 million over 8 years instead of 40, I'm gonna go out here and act like I want to have this interview.
Right. Right.
So that's my only thing. I don't think Dan Hurley is going to now, even if he does decide to want to leave UConn, why, after what you saw at UConn this year as the Nuggets, are you more interested in him now than you would have been before?
I would still, because he's still a championship level winning coach. I mean, his team got, what they get to the?
They got to the
32. They got the round of 32.
Yeah, they was a couple good shots away from
exactly. And you got beat by the national champions in Florida. So if I'm an NBA team, hell, if I didn't have Crazy Joe in Boston, I'd take Malone or I'd take goddamn Dan Hurley right the F now. I F with dude. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that like Dan Hurley's a bad coach. I'm always skeptical of the transition from college basketball to the NBA for any coach.
Right.
Because we haven't seen it just be smooth for everybody that's taking their chance.
So
most of the big names.
How do you think he'll do?
I think he'll be a decent coach when it comes to X's and O's. I just think that NBA players ain't gonna go for all the rah-rah shit that he able to do at UConn.
That's a good point. Because he's a grown man.
You're not finna have them dudes taking you seriously. You throwing clipboards, you jumping up and down. They looking at, hey, who the fuck is this?
Right.
Like, can we get a real coach in here? Like, and again, I'm not saying that to discredit Dan Hurley. I'm not saying this to discredit Dan Hurley at all because I think he is an awesome coach. But I do think that perception is different when you're talking to 19, 20, 21-year-olds.
Yeah.
Versus a 30-year-old, 8-year vet in the NBA that's like, hey, man, we trying to get to a ring, fam.
Right.
Like,
all right, I want to keep it going because
Wasn't it the Hawks?
What are you talking about, Hawks?
It just popped in my brain. You said Hubie Brown.
Was it the Hawks?
I don't think it was the Hawks. I would have remembered that. I want to say it was hell. I almost want to say it was the Knicks, but I'm not exactly sure. But I want to keep it pushing because we don't have a whole lot of time. One thing I do want to check, Rebel, if you can you bring up NBA scores because everybody is playing today, and I
got a tab up.
Okay, bet. Yeah. And I want to know because Denver, with the West Coast.
All those games are about to start in like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, they all starting at 2:30. Why? I don't understand that. Why they couldn't stagger them out throughout the day, I don't get it. But I get it. NBA, I'm not even gonna hate on the NBA the way because the way y'all scheduled these games this year was magnificent. So y'all did a damn good job. But I just want to know if Denver, number one, when they beat the Kings. I didn't see none of that game. I recorded it. I recorded the last quarter and a half, and I haven't watched it yet. I actually want to see if Rick Adelman's son is playing the bench players like Booth wanted him to do. I'm wondering. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. I'll let you watch the game, but it didn't look drastically different of a rotation to me. I'll put it that way.
I get that. What are we looking with what we looking at with scores right now?
We actually a lot of these Eastern Conference games done right now. The only three that's still in action, you got Knicks and Nets. Knicks up 6. You got Cavaliers up 6 with 30-some seconds to go, and then Pistons Bucks is wrapping up now. But like you said, all the seeding and stuff is shaking out in the East.
Okay, bet. All right, let's get to the next one. What is it? Luka cost the Fakers a crucial game against OKC earlier this week. Yes, he did. Here's the thing. You know he did. He cost y'all again. I need somebody lighter. What is it? He caught you good. He literally cost y'all that win because number one, you were right there with OKC, and I think y'all might have been up about 4 points when he got kicked out.
One.
Y'all were up a point when he got kicked out. Luka, and we got two things we're gonna talk about with Luka. Y'all know what the other one is.
What, him crying?
That's it. Dude, shit. Bro, can I tell you? I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you in a second. I can't wait to get to that part now. What is it? I legit think he cost them that game because, Luka, you're cold-blooded. All that bullshit the Mavs said about you to legitimize that trade, I don't believe none of it because them people, those are not basketball people. Nico Harrison not even a fucking basketball person. That dude would no goddamn basketball. Because if he did, you wouldn't make that idiotic trade. But the other moves Nico made last season actually were good moves. Yeah. Getting what you call it from the Wizards,
Gafford, and
getting what was
PJ Washington.
You know what I'm saying? Those were great moves. But this right here, I'm not even mad at Nico. This is an ownership thing. But Luka, you and Joker alike. They don't say it about them, but they don't say it about Joker. But Joker does the same thing. But Luka does it the most. After every call that doesn't go his way, all he does is bitch and complain. He will bitch at a referee and get back instead of getting back on D. Yeah. It's fucking sad. Now you're going back and forth with a fan. I know the fans are reckless. I know they say a lot of shit they ain't got no business saying. I know you want to jump in them stands and beat their ass. Hell, you watching that? If you watch Celtic City doc like I have in episode 4, my man Cornbread Maxwell goes into the stands, 1981, and beats a fan's ass. Yeah, and guess what? A Rebel comes back in the game, and that's it. Finishes it. Nobody get no technicals. Nobody get no suspensions. Nobody gets kicked out. Like it was just normal. Who'd you call? What? All right, let me get back on this floor. You know what I'm saying? It was exactly. And I love Cornbread. Cornbread is my dude. But it's just like it's. You can't do that. You just can't do that because when you do that, number one, it takes you away from your game, and number two, it may make you susceptible to getting calls you shouldn't get. It. Look what the fuck happened. So, like, come on, fam.
I feel that in the sense that you can't put yourself in a position to get ejected from a game that's crucial. Totally understand, but
which he did.
But in Luka's case, we also have seen that he turns his game up when he has little shit like that to feed off of.
That's true.
So.
He likes that.
In that moment, as a referee, you have to understand, ain't nobody here to see you in them fucking stripes. Let these niggas play. Sorry, let these boys play.
He got excited.
Yeah,
Josh got excited.
See, it happens.
But my point in that situation is the game had no impact on seeding either way. We knew OKC was going to be in the spot that
but y'all needed that game, though, for y'all seeding. We needed it, but don't front.
No, but we already knew going into this week after beating OKC pretty handedly on Sunday that we needed to go 3-2 for the week, regardless of what 2-2 for the week, regardless of what those two games were.
Y'all beat them on that Sunday before? I thought
beat them by 27.
Oh, I thought they lost that game. Okay, I forgot.
They scored 100 on us.
Wow.
Yeah. So having done that,
did Jalen Williams?
They had a full lineup.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. They had a full lineup both games, might I add, and we're losing the second game, which is why I come back to the statement of ref. You got to understand, you're not the show, man.
Yeah.
You got to let them play, even if it might seem like they're getting a little carried away, because at the end of the day, these are games that while the Lakers, you can say they definitely needed, they didn't need it, whatever. It was a game that was important for more than just a standings. Mm-hmm. You want to make a statement.
Seeding.
We was gonna get the 3 seed. I wasn't worried about it. But in that moment, you got to understand the game is bigger than you. Let the stars play. Even if it might seem like it is a little bit disrespectful, but he wasn't talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Rebel, did you see any of it? Did you see that interaction or that clip? What happened with it?
Which clip?
With Luka going back and forth with the fan.
I didn't see
dumbass.
that.
The fan was literally right behind the ref, and he says what he says to the fan. I think it was like "shut up, bitch" or something. Oh, Luka talked that much. He know how to cuss. Yeah. Like he cussed like us.
He been radicalized at some point.
Yeah, for real. Like they got him together.
Even though I didn't see it, common sense though. I'm just speaking off of common sense.
Go ahead.
Like
Before you answer, let me just give you this context.
Go ahead.
It was he already had a tech.
Yeah.
That was the crucial part of this. He already had a tech because he was cussing at that same ref because that same ref gave a bad call to one of his teammates. So that's that. I just wanted to give you that. Go ahead.
Okay, but again, just now speaking off common sense, I didn't see it, but just knowing and playing ball myself,
Yeah, you know about that?
you just don't do that. You just don't do that. For one, you go through that. You know what I'm saying? That's not the only person that's gonna talk shit. Every city you go step into and get on that court, somebody gonna be talking shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game. Now, if your mental is not strong enough to handle that, and then you just fly off the handle and get the, you know what I mean, like
Technical.
yeah, just going crazy like Rasheed Wallace out that motherfucker. Then that's you know what I mean?
Right.
That's something different. You just
That's my
messed
boy. I love
up.
you, Sheed.
You just messed up in the head at that point. But I mean, you just don't do that because, like you said, it takes away from your game. Your mental was thrown off. Now you feel like every time you come down the court, you got something to prove. You're making stupid shots. You're not thinking correctly. You come back down the court, that same fan is heckling you again. You're not playing defense correctly. You know what I'm saying? You're missing your. It just messes up the whole rhythm.
That's what it is.
It messes up the rhythm.
That's what I'm screaming. Everything, Josh, everything Rebel said is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And here's the other part. This is the number one reason why you don't do this dumb shit. You did exactly what the fan wanted you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You did exactly. He wanted you
Right.
to fucking not be focused on the game and listen to me. Listen to me. I'm so important. I paid, I don't know how much money for this seat, but I'm an OKC fan. Listen to me. And your dumb ass fell for it.
Right.
You went into the trap house. Like, come on, bro. Why you don't go into the trap house? You know the trap house is there, but you don't go in there. Like I just thought that was idiotic. He's smarter than that. And you gave the fan what he wanted. Like, you let him win. Like, the whole objective of a fan is to say some crazy. It's either to cheer for my team or say some fucked up shit to the ops, and hopefully the ops will say something and I can get them kicked out. Right. Like, that's the dream. That's the wet dream that we all have as fans, especially vindictive fans like that motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? That did the shit. Like, that's a sports fan's wet dream, and Luka gave him that nut. I hate it. I just don't. I don't know, Josh.
I'm not saying
that
everybody
was
should
crazy.
be out here. I'm not saying everybody should be out here going back and forth with the fans. I'm just speaking Luka specifically. He does this regularly, and it leads to great performances. He fucked up, got himself in a situation he shouldn't have, because the real issue is here. That technical would have been fine. It's the first technical he shouldn't have had.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. At least for me.
Right.
You okay if that?
Did you see that first one?
Yeah, the first technical he shouldn't have.
Okay.
You don't need to be, especially
because he was just taking up for a teammate, right?
He was just taking, but you know how the refs get, especially you on the road. Like you,
Man.
to Rebel's point,
Refs are
in
so
that
horrible.
type of situation, you got to understand where you got to let certain shit ride, even though when you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you don't like it, you know you got to let certain shit ride because I got to finish this game out so that we can go get this win.
Word.
The second technical to me was I felt like the ref stepping into a situation he didn't have to step into.
Right.
But because he decided to step into it, Luka, you got to face the consequence of
Yep.
that first technical was the one that you
Yep.
took that you really didn't have no business being a part of.
No doubt. I get it. And also too, we forget we seem to forget this, but this is also the refs' responsibility too. They wear the shield on their chest. So they rep the shield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They rep the NBA. If they see you doing some shit that's out of pocket that don't rep the league right, they gonna throw you the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
kind of their job.
Yeah.
Man, I get it. And when you start doing all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, do it how GOAT used to do it. GOAT and Kobe, bust ass and then look at you. Like, now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they would do. Like,
facts.
you just gotta be smart with it. All right. Second one, the more important one, man. Luka returned to Dallas. I'm not gonna front y'all. I'm at work. I'm watching this. I got League Pass, right? So my League Pass, I was able to catch, and I don't even know how I caught this because the game was on ESPN. So when the game is on ESPN, the League Pass is supposed to be blacked out.
Right.
But for some reason, I was able to see the local LA broadcast on Spectrum that they got up there. They broadcast. Man, I'm over here working, and I'm like, Now, I ain't get no snot, but my eyes did get welled up watching this motherfucker. Like, I ain't gonna front. Like, I felt it with his ass. Like, that man hasn't been able to sleep in his bed since Super Bowl week. Like, legit. Like, since, imagine this, look, I know it's millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's generational wealth. But just imagine if somebody comes to you, somebody taps you on your shoulder tomorrow and says, hey, Josh, Rebel, you about to get on this road and you're not going to be home for 6 months. So make sure you get all your shit together and make sure your affairs are in order and you got to go. But I can't, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Imagine that. Like that
just happened.
Huh?
That just happened.
Like 6 months, you're going to be straight gone?
2.5.
Okay, so you get to come home. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something different, and I just want to get y'all thoughts on it. I want to get y'all thoughts on it. Go ahead.
So
I want Rebel first.
Thoughts on whatnot. Explain what's my thoughts on that situation.
Your thoughts on Luka's reaction and just his. What's your thoughts on his whole return?
It was sincere. I think they really embraced him. Showed him a lot of love. That video, it didn't make me tear up and do none of that, but it was heartwarming. I'm glad to see that you're vulnerable.
He said,
but yeah.
This man just called me vulnerable.
I felt it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was cool. And then he turned around and dropped 45 on their ass. Damn, he just gave me the finger. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That was a moment of vulnerability. There's nothing wrong with the man having a moment of vulnerability. There's nothing. See, and that is why we're having the show. That is why right there.
Mm-hmm. You say you in touch enough with your emotions.
Shameless plug.
You mean that's why we're having what show?
My show, Shameless Plug, The Inner Man. There it is. Mm-hmm. Coming soon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that name, Inner Man.
May 4th. May 4th. The show starts May 4th.
May the 4th be with y'all.
That is the first Sunday in May.
Make sure y'all look out for it. It's going to be good. Man, Josh, what do you think?
You could just tell that's a man that never thought he was going to be leaving Dallas.
At all.
At all. In a time where we get on dudes for jumping from team to team, hopping on a winning bandwagon, that was a dude that you could tell was reacting to seeing that video because he truly felt like he was going to be able to rep Dallas for the rest of his career, and it didn't happen.
Which he should have.
And he went out there and kicked their ass for 4 quarters to make them feel every bit of it. And I loved watching it.
I know you did.
Thank you, Nico.
You know what? And I got to backtrack a little bit since this is the first one. I don't think we've had you on. Have we had you on since the trade?
No.
No, so that's what I'm thinking. We have not been here since Super Bowl. So give me you are a Faker fan. Like that is your squad.
I don't make up no nicknames for the Celtics as much
as
I hate them.
You have been
I hate that green and white. I hate the fucking leprechaun. I hate the garden, all that shit. And I don't never come on his show and disrespect his team, but every time you see me, he call them fakers.
Not when I see you, Famo. That's just.
He said anytime you bring me
on, anytime.
Let me correct that.
The only time I call y'all by your proper name is when we talking about Showtime. When we talking about Showtime, it's different.
Respect. I understand that.
I'm talking about anything Showtime and prior, like, you know what I mean? Like, all that. No, it's LA, it's Lakers, but yeah. But to me, go ahead. Like, I just, what did you think about that shit? Like, where were you? That's a where were you when it happened moment.
So, the crazy thing is, I think that was like Saturday night. I had actually just got done watching the Lakers game. We played the Knicks that night. Brian had a nice little game in the Garden. We ended up winning the game. It was a game that we did not have Anthony Davis. So at the time, as a fan, Anthony Davis is kind of out of sight, out of mind. Not forgetting that he's on the team, but just I'm not thinking about our roster with him. I'm just like, shit, we got to win without him. That's big.
Yeah, because he was hurt.
So the update comes from Bleacher Report on my phone. And I had to double take because...
Of course you did.
The initial update for the folks with iPhones, you get the little badge that pops up here. The initial update just has Luka Doncic traded to L with like some dots.
Wow, so you couldn't see it all,
I'm like, so I'm just flabbergasted at the fact that Luka Doncic has been traded.
You legit believe that off the flip?
So
wow.
I'm trying to gather my thoughts as I'm looking at the phone because this shit is in capital letters. I'm like, what is? It's not April. It's not April Fools. Like, what's the point of this? So to open it up and then it say to the Lakers, I thought it was like the little fake NBA accounts that be tweeting out shit.
Oh yeah, NBA Centel. Yeah, fuck you, Centel.
So I'm thinking they're not giving him to the Lakers for real. And then I start trying to do the calculus in my head of, okay, so if the trade is real, what did we have to give up? How we get Luka?
Right.
We only got a couple picks.
Right.
We ain't got no young dudes. Like, what we have to get? We got to shoot out Austin Reeves and like everybody. Like, and then it's Anthony Davis and Max Christie and one first rounder. Shit, if I was younger, I could have did backflips in my damn living room.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's it. That's all y'all needed.
Gave up nothing.
That's all y'all needed. And so at that point, I am now though as a Laker fan, to be transparent, I was now thinking about the future. I wasn't thinking about this current team.
Yeah.
Because the thought that went through my head was, okay, they looked at the situation like, we're not a championship team right now. We're going to go get our young star to build around. Go ahead, move Bron off into the sunset the next year or two, whatever. We already got him and his son. We did right by him as far as he needed to do.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and build this thing around Luka. Then Luka actually gets on the court and we still win it. I'm like, okay, we might be cooking with gas now.
Okay.
I want the folks of How Off the Glass fandom to know, I texted you way before this trade. Do you remember what the text was?
Oh, no, fam. You be texting me about stuff.
Don't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
So I texted you back in, this is right after the beginning of the season.
Okay.
I texted you and I reminded you, 84, 86, 2008, all Celtics titles, right?
Yeah, damn right.
85, 87, 2009, all Lakers titles.
Oh, so you think that's
what just happened in 2024?
Oh wow, you think it's like that?
It might be destined, bro. I'm just saying.
You ain't gonna put no money on it though.
I already have a bet on FanDuel now.
Bet me 50 right now. What we betting?
So hold on.
Because from what your logic just said, it's a lock. You know what I'm saying? That
I mean,
I got 50 on that right now.
50 on the Lakers championship.
Oh, y'all ain't winning shit. Yes, sir.
I'll pay the 50 if I'm wrong.
Yes,
but
sir.
But if I'm right, I want you to know that I told you this before that trade even happened.
I love that bet. He didn't make me take the C's. He gave me the whole league. Wow. Yeah. Okay, right on.
Because to be honest,
man, y'all drink the Kool-Aid quick. Wow, seriously.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know you're not a Lakers fan. I know you rooting for your Celtics. Y'all looking good in the East. Y'all fine. Champs. But who should we be afraid of in the West?
Man, please. Man, please.
Who should we be afraid of in the West?
A couple teams, famo.
Who have we not beat this year? We've beaten Denver with and without Luka.
Yeah.
We've beaten OKC since having Luka.
Wow.
And did it convincingly. We've beaten this Houston team. We've beaten Memphis. We've beaten the Clippers. Who have we not beat?
Okay.
I can understand the skepticism. We still ain't got shit at the big man position.
Yeah.
We still ain't got no center.
Yeah.
But we got two of the best closers in the league right now. LeBron and Luka.
Right? Okay. Wow.
The only team, to be honest, and I'll say it on Wax for your show, the only team that I feel like is going to have a guaranteed roster advantage on us if we get to the finals is Boston. Wow. There's nobody in the league I need to be scared of with LeBron and Luka. And tell me why I should be.
Okay, the only reason. Okay. All right, I'm a Rebel. Would you like to go?
Who should I be scared of?
Okay.
Because he stood on that. The season not even over.
You said what?
He said out of the whole league, the whole league, they're
the only team he's looking at is the one in the East.
Think about it. We just watched last week, 7 days ago, the team that everybody is like, this is the championship front runner. They could not hold our water. And they played all of their starters. We played all of ours.
Yeah.
No big men at all. They got Chet. They got Hardenstein. What happened? They lost like 27.
I kind of want in on that, my motherfucker.
You know what? Okay.
Here's what we talking. I want piece of that action, my motherfucker.
All right, exactly. All right, here's the thing, right? Everything everything you said is factual. Because what you said is the truth. You're going off of what you've seen in the regular season, right? And everything you said is correct. But that, Josh, is in the regular season, bro.
Everybody knows shit turn up, shit get different.
It's going to be totally different. It's going to be totally different. Shit is going to get ratcheted the fuck up. And I do not expect no team. Now, granted, you got a superstar on top of superstars. Like, y'all got gifted that. And again, this is a whole nother conversation. I can't wait to have it with you on a maybe next week or whatever fuck episode. But we going to dive deeper into that trade.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a trade. That was a gift wrapping for y'all. And that was an ownership group that's trying to
they trying to
fuck over their own team.
Yeah, they trying to get
that's what that was. So calm the fuck down, all right? So that's that.
That's fine.
But my thing with y'all is I do not see a team, again, that does not have a center. And I know this is almost an NBA that you don't need a center, but you know when you need a center is in the postseason. In the postseason, you need a center. And I do not see a team where your best player is a 40-year-old and you have a guy who just got there, and when it gets in clutch time and it's ass clutching, buttholes get tight and motherfuckers is not sure go left or right. You have to have some type of chemistry and continuity with a team, and you're not going to have that off of just being together for 5 fucking months. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe 4.5? 4 months. I just don't. I don't see this family.
Can I just bring one counterpoint?
Go ahead. Bring plenty. I got more. I'm not even done. You know what I'm saying?
The Dallas Mavericks just went to the finals last year, having been together basically 2 months with the team that made the finals. The team that was at the deadline was not the team they went to the finals with. Am I correct?
You're right, but also too, you had 2 superstars on there that had played together for a whole season before that. They knew each other.
But you got 2 of the smartest basketball players we've ever seen in LeBron and
I don't know about ever seen.
I don't know about ever.
Yeah, you got smart ball players, but I don't know about ever seen. Well, I just would. My other thing is this, bro. Bron, believe it or not, and I know he's Mr. Iron Man, but again, he's 40 years old.
I understand
and that groin that he's dealing with now, I'm thinking, you know what, real talk, I'm thinking about Bron groin, like I'm thinking about JB getting fucking shots in his knee right before the fucking playoffs about to start. Why is my second best player getting fucking shots in his goddamn knee for the fucking, you know what I mean? So, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. We'll talk about that later.
Hold on, my man got to show the inner man right now. You projecting your feelings about your team energy onto me.
Right.
Why I got to fall for that?
I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I'm thinking about it like that because your dude is 40. Wait, what was that? What did I say? Suck it? What did that?
Check it.
Hey, I'm just saying.
He's okay.
Just saying,
and you forget both of y'all, but he's 40 years old. In real talk, that groin or something else is gonna come up. I just don't think you're gonna win with your best player being his age. And if they had maybe. Yeah, if they had been together since October when the season started, saying some shit like that, I would give y'all more of a chance. But also, too, fam, y'all are very top heavy. After them 2 in Austin, what you got? Gabe Vincent. You what is it?
Dorian Finney-Smith.
You know what I'm saying?
Vanderbilt.
Dory is
that have proven to play in their role.
Dory is cool, but we seen Dory just in that last crucial regular season game y'all just had. He missed the shot he should have had to win that game for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, he may not be there yet. I'm just saying, y'all are very top heavy, Josh, and I do not see a team who just got this major chunk coming in. And also too, now I agree with Windhorst when Winnie said that he became a faker that night. I believe he did. I believe that night he became. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He became y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like he is with y'all. He is 100% LA, Calabaster Hill, wherever the fuck he live at. You know what I mean? Like he is Malibu. He is South Central. He y'all.
He embedded, yeah.
But I just don't. I don't know if y'all got the chemistry in clutch time, but clinching situations for y'all to win that. I don't see it. I don't see it.
So I'm gonna say this before we move on.
Do not see it.
Outside of, I ain't even got to do all that. We can say top heavy. We can say everything that we gonna say. When it comes to playoff performers, recent time, not necessarily all time, but last 5 to 10 years, Luka has always taken his game up a notch in the playoffs, regardless of if his team actually wins. Yeah. Had the 7-game series in the bubble with the Clippers basically by himself as like a second or third year dude. Yeah. And we know what LeBron's resume is. Yeah. So if I feel comfortable.
Luka is cold-blooded. I love Luka.
So
we gonna
see.
game.
So we gonna see how the seeding and all that play out. But at the end of the day, I know as a 3 seed, the best team that y'all been hyping up all year, I don't have to see them until the Western Conference Finals now because they're on the other side of the bracket. I can take my chances with whoever falls 2-7 and 3-6. I can take my chance with that. And we just saw OKC do the same thing last year and fall short in the second round.
That's deep.
So I'm just
say that again.
We just saw OKC. They didn't win 65 games last year, but they were the 1 seed. And they lost in the second round to Luka.
But that's some, you know what that is. There's a caveat with that because that one shot that the SGA took in the corner and Kyrie was on him, that was a foul.
It was a foul.
We know it was.
So, but at the end of the day, the results are the results. They lost in 6. It wasn't like that was a crucial game 7 and they got cheated. They lost in game 6. They were down going into the final game and couldn't figure out a way to force a game 7.
I hear you. Where are you at with this, Rebel? Do you think this man is bugging with this take, or do you think?
I think so.
You think
time will tell. You can't shake nobody off their team. He believe in them, but I don't think it's gonna happen like that.
Right.
But knows I'm not gonna be a Lakers fan that's out here saying we gonna win a ring just for the sake of it.
You're a realist with them. Yeah, you're a realist.
If I felt like we was gonna be able to get kicked out or get swept in the first round, I'd have told you that.
Yeah.
But I wholeheartedly believe we are going to run into team after team that does not have 2 or 3 best players that can stand up for 7 games next to Luka and LeBron. Not to mention Austin Reeves. I haven't even brought Reeves into it.
Yeah. To me, I see Golden State giving y'all a hell of a time when y'all have to play them in this first round. What it's looking like y'all gonna have to play them. I see OKC giving y'all a hell of a time and transition. I see Minnesota and next topic. What is it? Real talk though, bro. Minnesota, I think they're figuring it out right at the right time. Julius Randle is starting to understand his role. He's starting to realize, I'm in Minneapolis. I'm gonna be here, so let me get my shit together. And I think he's playing great. And I think Minnesota can either beat y'all or give y'all a run for y'all money. I believe it.
I think Minnesota is a tough team.
Minnesota's no joke.
I think Ant and Luka can cancel each other out in any game. Luka is not definitively better than Ant, just same way that Ant, you can't say that one of them is better than the other. I feel like these Ant can play D on Luka.
So you know what I'm saying? Luka can't do that.
So what is playing D? Allowing him to get 30 instead of 35?
No, stop contesting.
You're not holding Luka to single digits. So what are we really talking about in terms of defense? Rudy Gobert is going to get played off the floor in that series, though. We see it every year. When he doesn't have a big to guard, he's going to get played off the floor. Mm-hmm. Rudy Gobert, the reason the Clippers got a Western Conference Finals appearance to their name now. So Minnesota would probably be
who do what? What'd you say?
When Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell was in Utah, they were up 2-0 in the series against the Clippers.
Yeah.
Clippers lost Kawhi Leonard and still won the series because Rudy Gobert had no 5-man to guard and was out there getting killed on the perimeter.
And also, too, Spider didn't show up, so it's not all about that.
Right, but it's crazy to me, though, that you're making a case for the Timberwolves with Julius Randle being one of the catalysts. You believe in Julius Randle more than you believe in Luka Doncic and LeBron James?
Well, I don't just have to believe in Julius, though. I believe in Ant-Man. I believe in Julius. I believe Gobert. Conley can still give you some shots. What is it? And you forget about, what's my man, Jaden McDaniels? McDaniels can shoot. Like that dude, he's better than streaky. Sometimes he looks streaky, but that motherfucker can shoot. So I just, and they got a decent bench. So I like Minnesota. Now, going ahead.
He's been a sleeper, though.
You said what?
I think McDaniels has been a sleeper.
Thank you. He gets slept on.
Yeah.
He gets slept on hard. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Players in the league know that's why Russ closed out so hard on him and fouled him in that game with y'all. In that game with Denver. Yeah. When Joker went off and had 60 what is it? 60-point triple-double. Good God. Shout out to him shout out to him for averaging a triple-double this season. That's crazy. But what did y'all think about the game earlier this week? And they needed to have it for seeding. That was a huge game for them. Minnesota versus Memphis, Ja versus Ant. Yeah. To me, I love to see it. I hate that. I hate that Ja's antics kind of takes him out of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I really think it does.
I'm waiting on him to figure it out. Because he gonna play himself right out the league.
Exactly.
He gonna play himself right out the league.
Exactly.
Man. And I hate for him, as talented as he is, man. I just hate to see that shit happen to him, man. But he gonna play himself right out the league, bro.
Yeah.
It's like because it's one situation after the next, after the next, after the next, and how many chances they gonna keep giving you for they be like, you know, we just great cut ties with this dude all the way. You know what I mean?
I mean,
you're a liability at this point.
We being honest, that's the next domino to drop in Memphis. They fired the coach. Now you can't fire no more coaches. You can't fire a GM. You gonna start getting job out of there.
Yeah.
Again, if Luka can be traded, anybody on the table at this point.
Exactly.
So I do think though, if we also looking at it big
that's
picture,
a different thing because it's like who wants to deal once you trade? You're okay. Luka got traded, but you're trading a problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're trading a problem.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I mean?
You do got a point there.
So who wants to inherit a problem?
Right.
Somebody who wants to put asses in seats.
That's
and a team that needs a superstar or needs an A-star.
Yeah. But speaking of stars, I do think Anthony Edwards is the star that Ja was supposed to be.
That who was supposed to be?
That Ja was supposed to be. If you look back like a couple years ago, it was all setting up for Ja, if he did things right, to kind of be that, for lack of a better phrase, what everybody says, like the American face of the NBA. Yeah. And I think that's Anthony Edwards now instead of Ja Morant.
Really, it's JT if y'all peep commercials, but
you know what I'm saying? But my thing,
everybody don't nobody want to talk about that though.
But I don't. But when I say
for real,
I don't think JT's trying to be the face in the way that the league would ideally have one. I think JT is fine just going about it being a winning dude and not having the whole crazy spotlight, the whole attention being on him. He's had some comments that might lead you to believe otherwise. Yeah. But I think JT prefers it how he has it, where he's a championship contender year in, year out. I put up my numbers. My team is on my back when it needs to be. Yeah. And we go about it that way. I don't think he needs to have the whole league on his back, so to speak.
I feel what you're saying. To me though, if you look at sponsorship wise, you look at visibility wise, what NBA players do you see outside the game the most? Bron, Steph, JT. Like I can't think of nobody else, no other people more than them three. Yeah, I mean, I see.
What you mean when you say outside?
Like commercials at events.
And got commercials now.
Huh?
And got commercials now.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, to me, the out of the young dudes, out of the young dudes, I think it's JT the most, and probably Ant second. You know what I'm saying? And to me, people would say what you said, right? About what up, y'all? People would say what you said about they're setting it up for Ja to be the next face. To me, I always thought that Ant was going to be that because Ant game was better from giddy up because Ant had a fucking jumper. All Ja can really do was go to the cup. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that was his main fucking game at first. At Morgan State, when Murray State, that's what he was doing, was just doing some Ant fucking YouTube video dunks on motherfuckers.
But I think part of being a face though is a relatability and a marketability to kids. And I think Ja had that at that time in a way that Ant didn't yet.
Yeah, that's because of them videos. I want to say this too. I
think he still got that.
Who do?
I do.
Ja still has that.
I think Ja still has that. But the problem is us adults in the room. Are tired of the bullshit at this point. Yeah. Basically, like that's Ja's only problem.
And Ja don't have the deals like he used to. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Because of the off the court stuff. It's it's a little rougher out here for him in terms of that side of it. But I think Ja can turn it around. It's just about whether or not he wants to.
This is my thing with Ja.
I was gonna take 5 years.
You said what?
I was gonna take another 5 years.
5 years?
It's the league gonna give him another 5.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
To what Rebel said earlier.
That's why I said what I said earlier.
Yeah.
I don't. This is when I lost respect for dude, and I'm worried about it never coming back. Number one, the main thing is he has an enabler because I'm sick of piling on the brother, to be honest with y'all, because that's what mainstream media, sports media is doing, and it's justified because he keeps giving them ammo. You know what I'm saying? But to me, his number one.
No pun intended.
Yeah, you funny. But his, I I almost want to hit the laugh button, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. What is it? His dad is letting this shit happen, and his dad cheers the shit on. Yeah. This goofy, dumb shit he does on the court is applauded by his family. So it's just like it's so crazy that everybody else can see he needs to get help. He needs to stop doing that. He needs to da-da-da-da. And
it's cool till that money stop.
Yeah. Right.
When that money stop, he ain't able to pay them bills,
why
buy all
don't they
the cars, do all
understand
that.
His fam should know that. You know what I'm saying?
It's entitlement, bro.
Entitlement.
It's entitlement.
Wow. Oh, shit, I gotta stop. We gotta stop.
It's entitlement and being selfish.
Damn. All right.
It's entitlement and being selfish, man.
I totally disagree. What's the name? Man, we got so much show left. You sure we gotta stop? Okay, damn.
That's what it is. We gonna keep. I mean, shit.
It's beyond entitlement.
Them people around him don't care or give a fuck enough about it.
They don't.
To even, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's entitlement and greed.
Yeah. It 100% is. And when the other thing when I lost respect for dude is when he in the playoffs, Memphis versus y'all, a couple years ago, when he did that stupid ass outlandish dunk on Bron and like launched himself at the fucking hoop with no plans of landing, just stupidly threw himself at the hoop and did that goofy ass fucking. Thank God LeBron's head was there to fucking brace his fall because he landed on Bron's head and as soon as he gets up, what's he do? Does this goofy ass fucking? I was just like, oh, you're done. Like you're just. I just lost all respect for dude. But I really think Ant-Man is. He's the better player. Mm-hmm. He's the better winner. He is. That dude's outstanding. Like I love Ant-Man. I can't wait to see what he does. And the thing that's great about Ant can bust him threes, and sometimes you may think, oh, he's taking too many. He hits them, and then he'll still get mid range.
Yeah,
that's why
I like the way he's used the jumper to set up the fourth quarter of still being able to attack the basket type of deal. Now you gotta respect that jumper a whole lot more. Now when I fake that type of thing, now I can go to the cup a little bit more free.
Man, we coming. If I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if it wasn't Easter next week, because next Sunday is 420 and Resurrection Day Easter. That day gonna be packed with. So that whole weekend there's so much stuff going on. It's gonna be ridiculous. Yeah. There will be no show because I legit won't have time. But the following Saturday, Sunday, is that what's the following Sunday?
27.
27. Y'all coming on? Y'all Josh, ain't no telling about Josh. Josh,
I was gonna say
Josh got stuff going, but we got to jump right back into this because we had a whole lot of show left. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get to this next after Easter. Y'all have a blessed holiday weekend, brothers. Tell them where they can. Josh, tell them where they can find you.
Price Check Pod on all socials, man. We back this week. I actually took a break here. I've been in the process of moving. I was telling I'm a U City resident now.
Congratulations, man.
In the process of moving, and with that, we're in the process of changing the background up and the look of the show. So we actually be back this week preparing for the playoffs, man. So
that's what's up.
So fuck with us, man.
Man, it's finally gonna look like you're not in prison when you're doing your podcast.
Yeah, man. No more of the white walls, man. No more of the white walls. Hey, but look though, you come for the information, not the background, baby. Come for the information, not the background.
It look like shit. It look like my man. Sometimes when he doing his show, Rebel, it look like he on a commissary call or something. Like, yo, hey y'all, can somebody put some on my book?
Damn.
Straight up. But we got some shit in the background now, man. We changed it up. So, next time you check me out, let me know how you like the shit in the back.
For real.
Won't be no Celtic shit, just so y'all know.
You damn right. Ain't
Won't be no Celtic shit.
Probably gonna have some fakers colors up there. Who your football team?
Rams.
Oh, you still with them the way they? Boo. So, he LAA thing. Why don't you just be the Dodgers fan?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
This is I'm with every team that I was with when I first started watching sports, bro. I ain't never switched up on no teams.
I feel you.
Never switched up on no teams.
Lambs.
Dig that.
They still fuck Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, there you go.
Anybody last name Kroenke.
100%.
Hey, fuck Stan Kroenke, but Rams still the squad.
I feel you on that. And it's. Anyway, Kroenke woke up talking about, I have a basketball team. What's going on? Oh, okay. They beat